name is Anais Crespin. I'm a senior acting BFA major, and I'm in part of the ensemble of Are You Someone to Somebody?
Hi, I'm Clara. I'm a senior theater and performance major, and I've worked as one of the assistant directors and the dramaturg for Are You Someone to Somebody?
Hi, my name is Miller Kopang. I am a 5th semester senior and I'm the sound designer for Are You Someone to Somebody?
So basically we took a class and then met after school to rehearse from September all the way to December to create this show from scratch. And it's kind of a mosh pit of like a bunch of personal devised works all threaded together to make a game show. So that's the best way I can describe it.
I think some of the themes of the play deals a lot with memory and how what we experience in our life shapes us into who we are now. A lot of themes of family and childhood and kind of reckoning with where we came from and what to make of that.
So with devising, it's kind of complicated because it's really more about the visceral feeling of it rather than like narrative storytelling. So kind of differing from a traditional play, there's less like linear narrative.
The devising process started with the idea of a game show, and then we pretty much could create anything we wanted from there. So Lindsay, our professor and the director of the show, she got to like assign us little projects to do in groups or individually that we would show in class, and then we'd take elements from those pieces and put them into a show, and she'd ask us a lot of questions about that to inspire where a show could go from there.
It's a lot of like finding the right music for the moment, finding sound effects, a lot of it was just stuff I brought in that we were like playing with. So either I would bring something for them or they would bring something they wanted to show and we'd play around with that. Kind of in the earlier improvisation periods, I would bring just like things that made me laugh or like pieces that I thought were important. So like we have in the show, there's just this like really loud happy birthday, and that started from like one of the first days of rehearsal.
I learned so much from this process. A lot of working with people and kind of creating a collaborative room and how to make a place where everyone feels comfortable sharing their ideas and really experimenting, especially early on, would say, and literally anything could happen, and fostering an environment that is feasible and people feel able to create in a space is a really big learning experience.
For some reason, for some of us, it made sense that winning the game show would open a box to reveal what we had brought in. And it made sense, like, with the story, like, how everything would be threaded together. So it's interesting winning the game show and seeing, like, a part of my life being stylized on stage and for everyone to see. But I'm still really excited about how they've come together and how, like, how much of a different perspective I have on my life now based on what we've done with it.
My favorite part, I would say, and the thing it's just like I'm just really grateful to have been working with a group of people. I think as a designer, it's kind of easy to be out of the room a lot of the time. I mean, you try to come in as much as you can to get an image of like what the play is going to be, where the blocking is, and kind of just like the technical aspects. But I really had the privilege of being in the space with the people as it was being built and kind of created.
I think one of my favorite parts is when we were trying something in the room, it was like, oh, that's gonna work. Like a movement piece we saw for the first time and we don't know why it's gonna happen or when or what's gonna happen around it, but like, we want that in the show. One of the best moments happened that we were working on a scene and Luke Morrison, who plays one of our game show hosts, was kind of off fooling around with the set and like practicing some of his lines and muttering to himself, and Lindsay was like, what are you doing? Do that again. And it became this whole scene that we incorporated into the show, which is just so much fun to know that like that's an idea that we want to keep. That's something that can get used.